Hi, I'm Matthew Korbanic, and this is Guitar Basics. Today I want to talk about a good warm-up. Many times in my studio, students come in, they may have been coming from work, coming from school, coming from soccer practice, coming from multiple different places, and they are just not ready to play. This is going to help tremendously. I always tell my students, I remember one time before a concert at school, actually the lesson before the concert, I went in, I was performing a Bach piece for my teacher, and as I started playing, it was a really chilly spring day, and as I started to play, I could feel the blood rushing to my fingers and my forearms, and I started making tons of mistakes, and after we were done, he just looked at me and said, "Well, what happened?" And I told him, "I just need to warm up." And for me, that was the lesson learned. Like I said, it's good. It's a good cleansing minute to just sit down, forget about all the problems that you had for the day, and get ready to play or practice. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing that I like to do is just to talk about the hands for a second. This is also really good for older students that have been recommended to take guitar lessons from an occupational therapist or a physical therapist for arthritis, or just anybody you want to make sure that you're not doing before you start doing your guitar gymnastics. You want to make sure that you're stretched and all the muscles and tendons are nice and warm. I had a teacher one time that told me, remember, we are the athletes of the small muscle groups. So what I like to do is start with the hands. And we're just going to take the hands like this and just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I squeeze them tightly and I let them go. And the idea is to try to loosen up this small joint here, the middle joint, and the top joint. So let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I like to go the opposite way. So I take my hands in a fist and I flex my hands out like this, real tight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, let's take our hands up again and move our wrists to the side. This is for pick players. Remember, when you use a pick, the motion should come through your wrists. So we want to make sure that we are nice and loose on both sides of your wrists. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now let's roll the wrists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lastly, the thumbs. I just take it and I just lightly pull it back. You don't want to pull too hard. And then maybe forward and rotate it around. And then we'll try that with the other hand. Good. And that's about it. I mean, I encourage you to do other things. I've seen students who might, I go online and look at yoga poses and so on and so forth. But the main thing of the warm-up is it has to be practical. It shouldn't be something that takes you 20 minutes. It should be something that takes you 5 minutes, tops, and then you can move on to what you want to do. So now let's go to the playing portion of the warm-up. So then after I'm done with that, I take my guitar. Remember, if you saw the last episode on holding the guitar, using your footstool, sitting in the correct proper position, we're just going to do something very simple. I'm playing on the G string, and I'm using the 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, and 4th fret. And let's do that as a close-up, just to... Okay, and this is all I do. I just start and go 1, 2. Now, as I do this, I'm going to slowly add some speed to it, and all I'm really doing is trying to get into the zone and make sure that I'm coordinating my hands. You want to do this if you're a pick player. You want to go, just practice your alternate picking, down, up, down, up. So then I'll just keep doing this. And maybe add in a speed bursts, like so. And that's about it. I do that as long as it takes so that I can feel the blood and everything rushing to my hands, so that I can feel that they're starting to swell. And then you're warmed up. And then that's usually where I encourage all of my students to just, take 5 minutes, go get a cup of coffee, a soda, something. You would just want to make sure that when you practice, that you're comfortable. If you need to turn the thermostat up, down, so on and so forth, try to get rid of as many distractions as possible. And then go on. And like I said, it should only take a few minutes to do this. Okay, just to summarize real quickly, warm-up is crucial, especially if you're a little older. There's nothing wrong with learning how to play guitar when you're older in life. I encourage that as much as possible. Or if you're someone who's trying to learn how to play the instrument for the mental aspect of keeping your mind sharp, or keeping your fingers moving. Remember, we're the athletes of the small muscle groups. And you just want to make sure that you're nice and loosened up by moving your fingers out. Like I said, in, out, move the wrists around, move the thumbs around. If you want to move your shoulders around, that's fine. And just a little exercise, on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fret to get you mentally focused, clear your mind, and get ready to play. Okay, I'm Matthew Korbanic, and I hope to see you next time.